Are you ready to learn about 10 harmful foods that doctors never recommend, but everyone consumes? My dear friends, hello. Today we're going to discuss a truly critical topic. We'll examine in detail 10 harmful foods that can threaten your health without you realizing it, especially after age 60. I know making decisions during grocery shopping isn't easy anymore. On one side are advertisements, products sold with healthy labels. On the other side are foods recommended by your neighbor or a friend. Always the same question in your head. Is this food really good for me? Or is it causing harm without me noticing? I understand you very well, because today the food industry's priority is unfortunately not health, it's profit. The packaging is nice, the slogans are promising, but the contents often don't reflect reality. After your 60s, your body is no longer as strong as it was in youth. Your liver, kidneys, immune system become more sensitive. The additives, chemicals, excess sugar, or salt that we could easily tolerate when young can no longer be tolerated the same way. That's why some foods can become a much more serious threat as you age. And this is where we need to start. It's quite surprising. The first harmful food is one most of us think is innocent, but can leave silent damage in our body. First harmful food, canned soups. Canned soups may sound practical, even healthy, but actually most are chemical mixtures containing dozens of additives. Look carefully at the label. If it says enriched, it actually means this. We removed the natural nutrients and added a few synthetic vitamins in their place. It's like they take $1 from you, give you 5 cents back, and say we've enriched you. These soups typically contain monosodium glutamate, MSG. This substance can cause fatigue, headaches, and neurological problems in the long term by overstimulating brain cells. Especially as you age, this burden on the nervous system increases even more. Another hidden danger is soy protein isolate. This is obtained by processing natural soybeans with harsh chemicals and isolating the protein portion. The solvents and acids used in this process can strain your digestive system and leave toxic effects on the liver. If you want to eat soup, the healthiest is homemade soup. Homemade bone broth, lentil, or vegetable soups both strengthen your immune system and don't harm your body. Second harmful food, white bread. My dear friends, now let's talk about a food that's often on everyone's table, but isn't as innocent as we think. White bread. Many of you say, yes, white bread isn't very healthy, but the issue isn't limited to that. The real problem is not fully knowing how it affects our body. White bread is almost pure empty calories. It gives you energy, but this energy is like hollow fuel, very low in nutritional value. Moreover, the wheat used today isn't as natural as it used to be. Modern wheat varieties have been genetically modified to increase yield and bred to contain higher gluten. Gluten can cause inflammatory responses in many people with sensitive digestive systems. This response becomes more pronounced after age 60 because the intestinal wall is no longer as strong as before. Some research shows that lectins found in wheat can increase intestinal permeability, triggering leaky gut syndrome. But here's what we really need to pay attention to. White bread's glycemic index, its rate of raising blood sugar, is even higher than a sugar cube. When you eat a slice of white bread, your blood sugar suddenly spikes. Your pancreas works overtime to secrete insulin. Over time, this situation can open the path to insulin resistance, and then type 2 diabetes. And one more important point, a chemical called glyphosate is frequently used in wheat fields. This substance has been classified as a probable carcinogen by some international health organizations. Many countries have banned its use, but traces are still found in some regions. So my dear friends, white bread is no longer just bread. It's a burden on our body. If you really want to stay healthy, choose natural breads made from whole grain, sourdough, or einkorn wheat. Your body will feel the difference in a short time, with more balanced energy, easier digestion, and more stable blood sugar levels. Third harmful food, canned tuna. Because tuna is a large predatory fish, it accumulates mercury in its body. This is a result of nature's food chain. Tuna eats small fish and accumulates the heavy metals they carry in its tissues. Scientific institutions, for example, the FDA, EPA, and WHO, speak openly about this. Mercury levels are high in large fish, so it should be limited, especially for pregnant women, nursing mothers, and young children. Mercury is a neurotoxin that affects the nervous system. It can pose risks for babies whose brains are developing. But what about adults, especially over 60? Research says long-term high mercury accumulation can damage nerve cells and create oxidative stress. So it's better to think of tuna not as a staple food, but as an option to consume occasionally. If you want omega-3, choose smaller fish with lower mercury content, like sardines, anchovies, herring, or salmon. These fish are both safer and beneficial for your brain health. Fourth harmful food, diet sodas. Don't let the sugar-free or diet label fool you, my friends. Just because a product says diet doesn't mean it's actually healthy. Most of these drinks are full of artificial sweeteners. Scientific studies show these sweeteners, especially aspartame and sucralose, can negatively affect the beneficial bacteria in our intestines. When gut health weakens, our immune system is also affected. Because most immunity starts in the gut, in some research, these drinks increase rather than decrease sweet cravings. They can disrupt insulin balance and make weight control difficult. When aspartame breaks down in our body, it produces small amounts of methanol, not dangerous at low levels, but long-term high consumption isn't recommended. Sucralose is calorie-free, but can turn into harmful compounds when cooked at high temperatures. So avoid it in baking. So none of these products are poison, but they're not innocent either. The most dangerous thing is how they're presented as healthy. Labels like sugar-free, light, 0 calories, mostly bring chemical burden, not rest. Want a better alternative? Add a few slices of lemon, mint leaves, or cucumber to water. It's refreshing and good for your liver and digestion. Fifth harmful food, potato chips. Potato chips. That snack we all can't resist sometimes, right? You take a handful, then suddenly the package is finished. The real problem with chips isn't just that they're fatty or salty, it's the type of oil they're fried in. Usually seed oils like sunflower, corn, or soy oil are used. These oils break down at high heat, forming trans fats and harmful compounds called reactive oxygen species. These damage cells, rusting cell membranes. The body reacts with inflammation, laying the groundwork for heart disease, diabetes, and joint pain. There's also acrylamide. This forms when chips are cooked at high temperatures. Acrylamide can negatively affect the nervous system and has been linked to cancer. Another trick of chips is the sensory trap: salt, fat, and crunch. This combo tells your brain, have one more. That's why controlling your portion becomes nearly impossible. Solution? Make thinly sliced potato or sweet potato chips at home. A little olive oil, sea salt, and rosemary, tasty and much healthier. Sixth harmful food, fake maple syrup. Real maple syrup is simple and natural. The sap is taken from trees and concentrated by boiling. That's it, only natural sweetness. Most maple syrups in stores are fake. High fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, colorants, preservatives. These are typical. You're not getting nature's product. You're drinking a chemical mixture. These additives burden the liver and disrupt metabolism. Phosphoric acid in some can reduce calcium absorption, hurting bones. Better alternatives? Real maple syrup, organic honey, or date paste. Small change, big difference for your health. Seventh harmful food. Margarine. Margarine was introduced as a miracle, but it caused major health controversies. Initially made from animal fats, later replaced with plant seed oils. These oils needed hydrogenation to become solid, and this forms trans fats. Trans fats increase LDL, decrease HDL. Silent enemies of your heart. Even if labels say 0 grams trans fat, check ingredients. Partially hydrogenated oil equals trans fat is present. Instead, choose natural alternatives. Real butter, olive oil, or coconut oil. Remember, real fats are your body's friend. Processed fats are its enemies. Eighth harmful food, energy drinks. The name is energy, but these drinks don't give real energy. They temporarily stimulate the body with caffeine, taurine, and guarana. This boost is like borrowing energy on a credit card. Later comes fatigue, heart palpitations, irritability, insomnia. Most contain sugar or artificial sweeteners. Synthetic B vitamins behave differently from natural ones. Can disrupt your nervous system long term. Real energy comes from sleep, balanced nutrition, and enough water. Not from chemicals in a can. Ninth harmful food, ready-made fruit juices. Many grew up thinking fruit juice is healthy, but most store juices are far from natural. Even 100% fruit juice is usually concentrate, heat-treated. Pasteurization kills bacteria, but also destroys enzymes, antioxidants, and vitamins. You're left with a dead liquid, not a living fruit. Sugar is concentrated. Blood sugar rises rapidly. Almost like drinking soda. Better option? Make fresh squeezed juice at home, preferably with vegetables. Combinations like apple, carrot, ginger, lemon, full of vitamins, balanced sugar. 10th harmful food, deli meats. Salami, sausage, ham, common on breakfast tables, but unhealthy during processing. They contain sodium nitrite, MSG, sugar, artificial colors, BHT. Sodium nitrite can form carcinogenic nitrosamines. MSG can cause headaches and nervous stimulation. BHT can disrupt hormones. Consume these sparingly. Choose additive-free, homemade, or organic meats. Natural meat is healthy. Processed meat can harm your body. These foods may seem tasty, practical, but long-term you pay with energy, health, even lifespan. Real energy comes from real foods, from nature, unpackaged, chemical-free. Every grocery trip is a choice. Every meal is an investment in your future. No taste is more valuable than health. No convenience more important than quality of life. Share this knowledge with loved ones. Show them healthy aging is possible. And always remember, consult your doctor before making dietary changes, especially if you have kidney or other health issues. Aging healthily isn't left to chance. It starts with conscious choices. Stay mindful, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.